The Sixers have James Harden, the worst playoff player we've probably seen of any, like, a player of his caliber in any sport. That's how bad he's been. And now, because of that, he's been downgraded to essentially a second or third option. Like, I think game one, he only took 15 shots. I mean, that's how much they don't trust him.
Usually, especially in the semifinals, when a team goes up 2-0, especially when you're the home team, the chances of that team coming back, like Dallas, that series is over. I feel bad for Luka because Luka's a sensational player. He's got nothing. And I like Brunson, but Jalen Brunson, Phoenix is a great team, defensive team. And Phoenix, I mean, Dallas playing Phoenix is not like Dallas playing Utah.
Right.
Okay? Utah really going into the season, and they have Conlin and all these other guys that are very good defensively. They're not a very good team defensive. They don't have good team defensive prowess like Phoenix does. Now, I think Utah has the better defensive one-on-one players. When Rudy Gobert and obviously Conlin, who's a very good defensive player one-on-one. But to me, when you look at this Phoenix Suns series, now that you have Devin Booker back, and it's amazing how he's playing injured the way he is. Yep. Yesterday he scored 30 points. Chris Paul had 28, I think.
Yep.
I mean, when you have 60 points from your two top players, most of the time, I would say about 80% of the time, you're going to win.
Meanwhile, Dallas gets 45 out of Luka Doncic, and their next highest scorer has 14.
I feel bad for him because this is going to be Dallas's problem for a very long time because they're not going to be able to re-sign Jalen Brunson. And then they're going to be going back to the drawing table. They just traded away Kristaps Porzingis. Right. Spencer Dinwiddie's a good player, but he's not a superstar player. So they're going to be looking for another guy to play with Luka Doncic. And what's going to happen? The same thing with Utah. Luka's going to be tired of losing. This isn't Dirk Nowitzki, where Dirk Nowitzki, they had good players around Dirk Nowitzki that was, growing with Dirk. Mm-hmm. They don't have that now. It's just Luka and everybody else.
Right. Dallas has a chance, though, now because they got rid of the money they did so quickly. They obviously paid Luka what he had to pay him, but still, they had a chance to at least get ahead of the curve where it comes to building that depth and avoiding being where...
They gave him Kristaps Porzingis, his supposedly good friend, and then all of a sudden they hate each other and had to trade him away to Washington.
Well, that's a whole other problem. Thank you, Kristaps Porzingis, but...
Well, thank you to him and his brother who tried to buy into the Knicks and ownership over there.
Well, not only that, you have...
Great Kristaps.
You have bar fights, you have guys jumping off boats, speed boats when you have ACL tears or Achilles injuries. Yeah, you have all that issues.
Being accused for rape and all that other stuff.
Yeah. But still, Dallas has a chance to at least realize that, this is going to be a big issue. Because they should be able to replace Brunson's money with somebody else. The question is, will they make it work to create an identity around Luka that works for playoff success? Because they should have, again, going further than they did and playing the way they did against Utah, Utah's the better team. They shouldn't have won that series, but Luka's just not good. So you have that kind of case. And now you present yourself a chance where you just stay young, get one more max contract, and try to develop the way they should. Now, they still have a couple draft picks left from the Knicks, but beyond that, they've gotten all that back, and the money's now good for them to make that work.
From the Knicks? You mean the Knicks have...
Well, yeah, they only have just those couple of picks left they traded to the Knicks. But after that, they didn't really make any other drastic moves.
And they're not going to be high picks because they're good.
Right.
And the Knicks are getting nothing for that Kristaps Porzingis trade. That was a horrible trade for the Knicks. Mm-hmm. They just needed to get rid of him. Right. You would have thought that somehow, one way or another, Dallas was going to be a bad team one year where the Knicks maybe will get lucky and get a lottery pick. They're not getting anything out of that trade.
Right.
So it sucks, but I think the Knicks are better off without Kristaps because Kristaps, look, everywhere he's gone, he's ruined those teams. He went to Dallas. Did they ever win? They couldn't get out of the first round. This is the first time Luka's playing without him out of the first round. That tells you how bad Kristaps is. He goes to Washington. Is it going to benefit that the Washington Wizards? I always call them the Bullets. I was about to say it. But the Washington Wizards, is it going to benefit them that he's over there playing with Bradley Beal? Bradley Beal will be gone next year. So, and he'll be the number one guy. I mean, he was the number one guy with the Knicks. He would have been better off staying with the Knicks and shutting his damn mouth.
Not only that, he's also...
He is not Carmelo Anthony. He needs to get it out of his head.
Not Carmelo Anthony, no. He's a very different type of player than Carmelo Anthony,
he
for one.
thinks he's somewhere in that same realm as Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony is one of the greatest offensive players of our era. Okay, he will never be considered that.
Yeah. Not only that, you have a body type that is very weird, where you have a guy that's lean and 7 feet tall, but not as fast as he should be. He's injury prone. He's not great defensively, and his skills really haven't translated to what he was for his rookie year. So yeah, have fun trying to rebuild yourself somewhere else to dealing with all those circumstances.
As far as the Golden State Warriors series, and I think this series is going 7 games. I do, because I think the best guard in this series, and you can say whatever you want, you can make fun of what I'm going to say right now. Ja Morant is the best guard in this series. It's not even an argument. Jordan Poole, to me, is the best guard on that team right now.
Yeah, he's played the best all playoffs.
Steph Curry, yes, Steph Curry's a fantastic player. He's fun to watch. He's a great three-point shooter. That's great. He's starting to lose, that superstar type of quality that he had over the last couple of years. That doesn't mean he's still not a superstar. Right. What it tells me right now is it's becoming Jordan Poole's team. That's what it's becoming. Now, does that mean that they're going to trade Steph Curry in the future? No. I do believe that that's going to happen. I absolutely. If they can't win with this team right now, why would they keep Steph Curry?
I would say just because he's the pure point guard / ball handler type.
You're going to have to pay Jordan Poole one way or another.
You're going to have to pay Jordan Poole. I think Klay Thompson it might be the one more likely to go because Jordan Poole's game is more like him, except for the defense hasn't been there yet. But I think that'll grow in his career too. And Jordan Poole probably ahead of the curve when it comes to the offense.
You'll get more for Steph Curry than you will for Klay Thompson, and that's why I think they'll trade Steph. And Steph, I can see him playing with LeBron because it would fit like a glove. I mean, LeBron has always wanted to play with Steph, and Steph always wanted to play with LeBron. I would definitely see that happening one way or another in the future. I'm not saying it's going to happen anytime soon, but it could. Remember, Steph Curry's 31, 32 years old now. He'll probably be 33, 34 next year. So I don't know his age. I'm just... I'm trying to estimate how old he is.
Yeah, now his role is definitely going to be less because of Poole's emergence in these next couple years, and it already has shown in this postseason. I just think it's hard to find that type of player available to you unless they somehow trade for Kyrie Irving or something like that, but that type of player available where there's a lot of types of shooters where I think you could find more players like Klay Thompson. Yes, the value is not going to be as much, but I don't know if Golden State needs a heck of a lot. They just need more size, but they're also going to get that when James Wiseman comes back too. Carl says, I was loving off pure talent. He's living off pure talent. Now he needs to work and push him over the top and isn't.
Not right. Tell him to hold on. We'll put him through in a little while.
Mm-hmm. I was just reading the comments. Snug says, I always wondered about the Wizards. Why don't you be in our country's capital? It's Steph Curry's MVP.
What do you mean Steph Curry's MVP?
Snug says Steph Curry's MVP.
He's not winning the MVP this year.
No, Snug, he's not.
He wasn't even in the top 5.
No.
Top 10 he wasn't even in. Steph Curry has had one of his worst years in the last 3 years. I don't know how you could think that. Now, to me, the best player on that team in the last I would say the last 2-3 months has been Jordan Poole. And he's going to get a lot of money. The question is with this whole, and by the way, with the whole Draymond Green thing, sticking his middle finger up at the Grizzly fans, Draymond Green should be fined and suspended for the stupidity that he does on the basketball court. Okay? The fact is, all right, and I'll say this, and I understand the fans are deliberate and they do stupid things and they're cursing at him. You have to be a professional. You're making millions and millions of dollars, and you have always been a problem in the NBA playoffs. Always doing illegal things, stepping on people, stepping in places you shouldn't be stepping, kicking people in places you shouldn't be kicking people. You arguing with your teammates. I mean, how many times do we see on and off the court when Kevin Durant was there, they were fighting. I mean, Draymond Green, he's a fantastic player. He really is. But the things that he does, he needs to do without. I mean, it affects the way the game flows, and really, to me, it ruins the beauty of the game. It really does. Now, if you're going to do that, the NBA needs to bring back more contact in the game of basketball. Okay? Because to me, in the 90s, if somebody sticks the middle finger up at you, usually there's a fight or there's it's more fun to watch. The NBA has become a boring sport, okay? And that because you wouldn't see like Dennis Rodman stick up his middle finger or Bill and Baird stick up his middle finger. You go up for a layup and they drive you into the next level of the seats. That's what would happen. Or Charles Barkley would do the same thing when he did it with Shaquille O'Neal, okay? That's where basketball was fun to watch. It's not like that anymore. Now you have stupid people like Draymond Green that talks on social media, does the stupid things, shows his penis on social media,
Oh, God, yeah.
and stupid things that he does, and gets away with it because he's a Golden State Warrior.
Yeah.
What is Josh saying here?
Josh is on the phone. He was just waiting to come on. I don't know if you want to put him through now. You want to do it later?
Put him through.
All right. Josh, you're on.
Really quick, this is going to be like 2 minutes, right? Did you see the Met game?
No,
I saw they were down 4-0.
bits and pieces of it. Did they win?
They were down 7-1 in the ninth inning, and they won 8-7.
Wow.
Well, there you go. You should be happy. You should be excited. Maybe that's why your brother was trying to call you.
That's essentially what my dad was calling. He's texting me. He goes, "Stop watching the Rangers. You should be watching this game."
Well, I mean, it's good night for you. I mean, it's,
I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. Girardi should be fired after this, man.
Girardi is going.
You can't let that happen.
It's so funny.
I mean, this Philly team is so done now.
I wish Tyler was here because I remember.
Of course you do.
I remember when the Yankees fired Joe Girardi, or they parted ways, but they really did fire him, and they hired Aaron Boone, and he told me this was a terrible signing. Blah 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 blah. Since Joe Girardi has left, what has he done? What has he done? I mean, he's supposed to be the king of bullpens and fixing bullpens.
Well,
what
the
has
Phillies
he done?
bullpen is unfixable.
They're one of the worst bullpens in baseball.
I mean, they were down 7-3 with 2 outs in the ninth, and they won. I mean, you can't. And that's the second time this year they've done that. They did it against the Cardinals, and now this.
Yep.
I mean, you just can't. My dad's like, "Good job missing the biggest Met comeback ever." Yeah. You watched a 5-2 hockey blowout.
Your father is like obsessed with the New York Mets. He's obsessed.
No, actually, surprisingly, he was not a big fan of this team going into the offseason.
He always says that. Your father always says that.
I gotta tell you, since Cohen took over, he's like just not. He doesn't like anything that happens. Actually, it kind of sucks because Corey Knebel's on my fantasy team. Well, that sucks. But, I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, just like
is that the wrong move to bring in your closer? Unless he's on 3 days in a row or something.
Giovanni Gallegos is on my fantasy team, too, so I guess both my closers blew. Now,
yeah,
Josh
he's on
Hader's
one of mine as well.
Probably.
Yeah, I know.
Josh Hader's going to be the next one to do it, so it's, I just wanted to bring it up to you guys. I know you guys are doing your basketball thing, so I'll leave you alone. But
we will talk baseball a little bit later in the show.
No, I just wanted to call you because that's just – I mean, you're down 7-1 in the ninth on the road, and you win 8-7. I mean, that's that's crazy.
Predators just scored against the Colorado Avalanche. It's 1-1, by the way. So
yeah, I mean, that's just just crazy. This usually something like this happens to the Mets.
I know it doesn't. But
who cares? It's early.
I don't know. I don't know if you've heard me say this, Josh. The Phillies just might have the most unmanageable bullpen of all time. Gabe Kapler goes from the Phillies to the Giants, wins Manager of the Year, wins 1herundred last last year, or whatever it was, with a team that was supposed to go nowhere. And then Joe Girardi,
I missed everything in this game.
By the way, the hottest team in baseball in the last 10 games now, besides the Yankees, is Tampa. Tampa wins again tonight.
I honestly thought you were going to go right to your Yankee spiel.
No. We're not talking baseball.
Because we're literally talking about the Met comeback. But I'll let you guys go. I'll let you guys go, but I just wanted to bring it up. I just thought, not even because it's the Mets, but that's insane.
All I'm going to call it is just classic Phillies bullpen in a nutshell.
Yeah. I mean,
whether you want to go blame it on Girardi or not.
That is so inexcusable to let that happen.
I would love
that's crazy.
I would love to get Draymond Green and Kyrie Irving on this show together.
They're both going to say they're martyrs, even though you have to be dead to be a martyr.
Could you imagine both these guys on a show? Could you imagine that?
So now, Josh, if Draymond Green,
he's a martyr.
If Kyrie Irving and Draymond Green are martyrs, is the Earth flat in that universe?
Probably.
Oh, in their universe, probably, because they're not even in. I mean, forget their universe; they're in a whole other zone.
Their ball sacks are on their foreheads.
Draymond Green might kick it. Better watch out.
Oh, watch out though! You don't want him to stick the finger at you. He might give you 2.
Oh yeah.
There,
Oh yeah.
Go do it. I didn't want to interrupt you guys. I'm sorry. I just wanted to bring it. I wanted to bring it up to you guys. I just thought, not because it's the Mets, like I said, because that's just. I mean, that's just crazy to have that happen.
Well,
I mean, that's just
good
wild.
Good for the Mets.
Not even the Mets. I mean, I know it's me, but the Phillies, a loss like this year. I mean, how do you come back?
It's the Phillies bullpen. They probably won't.
No, they won't, and that's why.
Definitely.
And I can't wait. I would love to get Tyler's reaction to it because he thinks that
Because their lineup is underperformed too. Their lineup is horrible.
because he
Schwarber's
really
hitting under
believes
200.
because he really believes that if Joe Girardi was running the Yankees right now, they'd be just as good as they are right now, which I don't believe.
No.
The Phillies
I
just
don't
have a robotic manager because nobody's going to actually be able to manage that team.